Good afternoon or good morning, depending on the way you look at the day. Everyone out there in Zoom land, this is Nestor Melendez coming to you on behalf of Gutman Community College and our Student Government Association for another wonderful episode of SGA Live. This week, we feature our SGA Vice President, Miguel Tejeda, as part of our Latinx heritage celebration. Miguel has graciously agreed to appear on the show and discuss something a little personal to him, specifically Un Cuento Dominicano, his Dominican story. And so before we get to Miguel, I just want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that SGA Live comes to you in a bi-weekly format. So every 2 weeks on Tuesdays at 11:30, you'll find us here at gutman.cuny.edu/SGA Live. And we'll be using this platform to introduce you to the members of the Student Government Association as they present on various topics of interest to themselves and the community, and also as an opportunity for you get to know them and for them to answer questions that you may have about either their presentation, their life, or something having to do with the college itself. So, without much further ado, let's get right to the nitty gritty and allow us to introduce our very good friend, Señorito Miguel Tejeda. Miguel, ¿cómo estás hoy?
Bien, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today as you take us on this journey. I'm very excited to learn about your story. But before we get into the presentation that you have prepared for us, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself to the community and to the folks in the chat with us?
Okay. My name is Miguel Tejeda, as you say, Nestor. I am a Dominican. I came to, this is my second year at Godman Community College, and I am the vice president, and I live in the Bronx.
Very cool. So, when you say you're from Dominican, you were born in the Dominican Republic, yes?
Yeah, I was born in the Dominican Republic.
And Dominican Republic has very, very beautiful places. So, when you say born in DR, La Romana, Santiago, La Capital, like where are you from? Where is home?
So that's something that I'm gonna talk about on the slideshow on my presentation, but I can answer the question. I was born in Bani, Dominican Republic. It's a city close to Santo Domingo. It's like um 45 minutes or less from the capital.
Very cool. Very cool. What's important to note about this is just interesting trivia for our audience as they're listening is that Gutman Community College serves a majority Hispanic Latino population. So, where most campuses across the United States feature anywhere from 3% population of Hispanic and Latino students, all the way up to about 26 or 27% to claim the designation HSI or Hispanic Serving Institution. Gutman uh, has the pleasure of serving a more than 63% Hispanic, Latino, Latinx student population, which is a really huge number. So we're very excited about that. But also, the majority of our students come from the Bronx, and specifically the South Bronx, the South Bronx. So it's awesome that we have Miguel here representing for all of the Dominicans and for Dominican college students and for island born Dominican folks. We're very happy to have you here. So, Miguel, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the presentation through the screen share, and you're going to take over and walk us through it. And you just tell me when to advance to the next slide, and we'll do that. My hope is that everybody should be seeing the slideshow right now. Is that the case? Head nods, yes. All right, very good. So, Miguel, it's your show. Take us on a journey.
So Welcome everyone to El Cuento Dominicano, is Dominican Story by Miguel Tejeda. So I will start talking about a little bit more on the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is a nation that shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti to the west. The capital is Santo Domingo. The Dominican Republic is the second largest nation in the Caribbean Sea. The official language of the country is Spanish. It's a very racial diverse country. It's predominantly of a mixed Africans, Europeans, and a few Tainos, a few indigenous native Tainos of the land, Dominican Republic. Has some of the most beautiful beaches on the sea, on the Caribbean. So the cultures and tradition of the Dominican Republic are the culture of the Dominican Republic is a very diverse mix of different influences from around the world, mostly influenced by the European Spaniard cultures, African cultures, and the native Taino cultures. Some traditions are El Carnaval, which is celebrated in the month of February, 24 de diciembre, Nochebuena, December 24th, Christmas Day, and last Sunday of May, Mother's Day.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump in and ask some questions there
Yeah.
because if you identify as Latino um, and have had an opportunity to celebrate the holidays, seemingly from November to February is one big Latin holiday. So we go from Thanksgiving, which in my house is affectionately referred to as Sangivi. Um, and then you go into Christmas time, which then turns into Three Kings Day. If you Puerto Ricans mostly celebrate that. But you have Christmas, which we definitely do Noche Buena, Three Kings Day, and then you have Carnaval, which is a raging party. So from November through February, it looks like we're partying.
Yeah, that sounds good.
No, it's good. It's good partying, especially because that's a time where we spend a lot of that with our families, making food, enjoying each other's company, and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be interesting to see what this holiday season is like, considering the situations that we find ourselves under. Have you had a chance to be a president at Carnaval, Miguel?
Yeah, I love because in the Dominican Republic, like every state, every province have their own carnival. So where I'm from, Bani, they have their own carnival and they celebrate on March. I remember when I was back in Bani, I used to go to the carnival every March, and that was so fun. The most popular carnival of the Dominican Republic is the Carnival of La Vega, and though this carnival is so amazing and so important for the Dominicans that like in the Vega Carnival, like there is a lot of people and you have to be careful because if I don't know if you can see the red images, there are so many people that have costume and they use like a ball to hit people around.
Okay, a tradition of hitting people. That's something that certainly was practiced in my house, but for completely different reasons. All right, let's go to the next slide. There you go.
Okay, so I will talk about food and music of the Dominican Republic. Some of the most popular food in the Dominican Republic are mango, which is this image over here, the onion with mashed plantains,
Mm.
salami, and the cheese. Then we have la bandera dominicana, which is white rice, red beans, and meat. It could be chickens, it could be beef, it could be anything. Then we have the pica pollo, which is fried chicken. I don't have the picture of the pica pollo, but it's a fried chicken. It's very famous in the Dominican Republic and it's so delicious as well. Then we have the yaroa. I don't have the yaroa is fries, cheese, chickens, and medicine ketchup. Then you have the sancocho, which is Dominican soup. It's very popular. You can put chickens, any meat inside. And then we have the chimichurri. Ooh, delicious. The chimichurri is a Dominican burger. This is the chimichurri right here. It's a Dominican burger.
You just made me incredibly hungry right now talking about this. One of my favorite breakfasts, and it took me almost, I want to say, 27 years before I had a true mango, tres golpes. Uh, and my best friend's mother made it for us for a late night breakfast. And when I tell you that I went back to his house as much as I could so that I could enjoy this breakfast that his mom made, because she would make it really, really good with the raw, not the raw egg, the the egg fried over easy, so you can pop the yolk and then mix that in and have it with the onions. And chimichurri is also a good late night food for the people also. And I think I'm gonna have to go try to find me one now. What of all of these foods, Miguel? Which would you say is your favorite? Which is the one that you know how to make?
Oh, I know how to make the mango, but I don't like. I am already tired of mango because I eat it so much. And my favorite, I would say chimichurri yeah, chimichurri, the
Okay,
burger.
okay, very good, very good. Are we still
Oh,
screen sharing?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So I will talk about some of the music, and they are merengue, bachata, salsa, reggaeton, and dembow. Um, Merengue and bachata are very popular in the Dominican Republic. We were the Dominicans were the one who created merengue, and bachata is very popular there. Everybody then, if you are Dominican born in the island, you should know how to dance bachata because since you are like 5 years old, your parents or your grandparents or your friends teach you how to dance bachata.
yeah, and bachata right now, I've I must have done something in my Instagram account, but all I'm doing is following all of these bachata instructors from like all over the place. And there's these two women in Germany that do bachata instruction, and it's just it's a beautiful, beautiful dance. Um, but it's very sad if you actually listen to the lyrics. No.
Yeah. I mean, the old school bachata, it was like the old school bachata have more rhythm, have more beats, but nowadays bachata is more like romantic and more slowly, and yeah, it have a lot of feelings.
Yeah, yeah. We were lucky the past couple of years. Professor Angelina Talaj, who no longer works at Gutman, um, did presentations on Dominican culture, specifically music. And last year, we had a really great presentation on bachata, and she walked us from old school bachata. So I forget the guy's name. Quisiera ser un pez. Quisiera ser un pez.
Because I remember last year I went to one of the Dominican events that we have on campus.
Yes.
They talk about the African culture, it's something popular for where I'm from, Bani. It's called uh, palos. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a African culture that we have in the Dominican Republic. Not every part of the Dominican Republic have those traditions, but I'm lucky that from my towns we have those traditions. The
Yeah.
so palos.
Yeah, it's beautiful to kind of do a deep dive and see the intersection of the cultures that happened. You know, some of it just natural people traveling between the Caribbean islands, but then some of it the triangle slave trade brought in a wave of influences from other parts of the world, and certainly African music and cultures seeped in and created this whole new thing. So that's it's beautiful, um, and I think the people express it a lot on the island. You'll see it more visibly, I think, than we see it over here in the States, sadly. Um, and Juan Luis Guerra is the artist that I was thinking of with the old bachata, as opposed to the Romeo Santos
Yeah.
bachata. It's two completely different things. Um, but yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I keep jumping in there.
No, that's good.
All right, here we go. Did I go too
I
far?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. There we go.
So I mentioned that before in my introduction that I am from Bani, Dominican Republic. I am actually from a town called Villa Fundación. It is country it is more of the countryside of the city, Bani, and as I mentioned before, Bani is 65 kilometers away from Santo Domingo, the capital. And Bani is a Taino word, which means plenty of water in the Taino language. So Villa Fundación is a small town with a beautiful and very kind people. The sense of community is very strong in there. People work together as a group to achieve goal, and there is a very religious town. Look, this is the Villa Fundación, my town here is a very small towns with a few people, and most of the people from the towns live here in the United States, in the Bronx. How it was growing up in the Dominican Republic, my favorite part. So I go, I used to go to church every Sunday with my grandmother. In the Dominican Republic, I live with my grandmother and my three cousins and my two brothers. It was a big family, and my parents live here in the United States. I used to wake up every day at 6 in the morning to go to school, and on Saturday and Sunday I used to wake up at 6 as well to help my grandmother to pick up any garbage and help her to clean up the house. I was involved in every school literature in contest. I remember that I participated in the whole country on literature. I remember that I won the second place of literature in the whole country. We had to read uh, some literature, Don Quijote de la Mancha, La Mona Lisa, Don Quijote de la Mancha, El Lazarillo de Lazarillo, so many the Spanish literature. I used to go to the beach every 2 weeks. I used to play some of the most popular Dominican childhood games. If my Dominicans who are here and were born in the islands know what I'm talking about. Some of some such of these games are El Escondido, Hide and Seek, El Policía y el Ladrón, The Cop and the Thief, and El Topao. I don't know how to say Topao in English.
Sometimes we don't have to translate it, man. Just let it
This
know
is
in Spanish.
Hide and Seek, the ladrón, el policía y el ladrón, and El Topao is this game right here.
Is that like rock paper scissors or something?
No, no, the topao is look, we pick a rock, right? And we do like this, which you have to choose which one have the rock. If the one and the last one who get the rock is the one who go after you and they have to catch everybody.
Gotcha. Okay, it's like, yeah, it's Coral is saying it's like tag, so it makes sense. I love those childhood games, man. So now we take this transition
To the
from
Bronx.
this beautiful, lush, tropical uh, island surrounded by water and amazing beaches, and we land in the Bronx,
Yep.
which is not lush or tropical or surrounded by beaches. So talk to us about. I'm sorry, it's I'm from Brooklyn, as you can tell. So when I hear people end up in the Bronx, I feel so bad. Uh, but
So from it's not bad.
tell us
It's
about the
good.
Bronx, Miguel.
So I can growing up as a Dominican in the South in the Bronx. I came to New York City in 2015. I was like around 14 to 15 years old when I came here. I lived for almost 5 years in a Black and Hispanic neighborhood called Concord Village near to the Yankee Stadium. Mostly, mostly people who live in there are Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. Oh my God,
I had to edit this.
hello.
Yes, we're here.
Uh, Let me see, cause I don't see the slide presentation that the screen that I was presenting.
Okay, let me stop the share, and then I'll redo it again so that we can pick up where we left off. Okay. How about now?
Let me see, technical difficulties.
You may have minimized the screen is what it is. So click on the apps on the bottom of your dock there, and you
Oh
might
yeah, I
be
got it. Thank
boom.
you.
No worries.
Okay, I stop here, living the mostly Dominican and Puerto Ricans in my neighborhood. I live in a small apartment with my parents and two siblings, the first floor. I in my block, my neighborhood, um, during the summer is a summer is loud music in the street, speaker, people partying outside, a lot of Yankee fans. Um, Even during the winters, people didn't stop hanging out outside. They didn't stop the music and still partying outside. I really like living there. I enjoy my almost 5 years that I live in close to the Yankee Stadium because um, being an immigrant to this country, moved from the Dominican Republic is a small town to the Bronx, and living there in this Hispanic and Black and Hispanic neighborhood, I feel most like I was at home because most of the people who live there look like me and have similar traditions, and they um um I I didn't I didn't know the language when I first came here. I living in this Spanish neighborhood, I didn't feel uncomfortable because everywhere I go, the store, the bodega, the barber shop, and other place around the neighborhood, they spoke Spanish, and I didn't feel uncomfortable.
So one of
They
the
so. Mhm.
so one of the things that I think many people don't realize is just how big of a shift it is when you come to New York City or the United States potentially, but I can't speak to like people who move from DR or PR to California. I don't know that experience, but I do know about coming from the islands to New York City. Whether it's in the Bronx or in Brooklyn or in Queens, it's especially for those of you that were born over there on the island to come here. I remember reading one of Junot Diaz's books where he talks about the first time him and his family saw snow, or the first time they were cold because the temperature dropped to like 20 degrees or into the teens. And so you were 15 when you came here. What was that like? That first time being in the New York cold and seeing snow. Were you like excited? Did it make you angry?
No, I was so excited to see the snow. I remember the first snowstorm that I um saw here. My mother told me that, oh, Miguel, abrigate bien. She's basically saying that I had to cover up well, and I was like, mommy, I got this. I I didn't pay attention to what she was saying because I was so excited to be out on the plane with the snow, and I didn't realize I didn't realize that it was so cold. I remember that my feet and nose and my hands were cold, and the 2 days after I have a cold, and she told me, Miguel, I told you, remember that yo te dije que te abrigara bien.
And so, how do you feel about the snow now?
I'm tired of the snow.
All right.
I don't really like it when it's snowing because it's good when it's falling down, but like after the stop is look a whole different thing. It's turn black and it's uh a lot of snow outside, and I don't really like that.
Yeah, the
I
magic
really
wears
like
off
the
pretty
cold.
quickly.
I really like the cold, but I don't like the snow. Because
Yeah.
if it's cold, you can still put your jacket and go out. If it's snowing, you cannot do that.
Yep. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right. So, and as Latoya points out, shoveling or the ice is not cool. And Carolee, while she was
For
with us, she
shoveling
said we
ice.
took her back in memory lane. She wants to go back home to Jamaica now. So
Oh,
yeah, the island life is a beautiful, different kind of life, and I'm kind of sad that we're stuck uh, where we are right now for that. Um, Next slide. Or should I go to the next slide?
I didn't talk about where I
Okay.
live now, where I move.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I now moved like 8 months ago. I moved to a Arabic neighborhood. It's moved to it's called the neighborhood is called West Farm. It's more up to deep in the Bronx, and it is far away from where I live, and only few Latinos live in the areas, not a lot of people. It is a quiet area. I kind of like it, but I miss my old neighborhood because I like to party. I like loud music, and I miss.
All right. So I moved to the next slide, which looks like the inside of Yankee Stadium, an overview of the area by Yankee Stadium, and then
Yeah, yeah.
the all of the shops under the what is that? The two train? The one train?
No, that's the D and B train. This is a Yankee Stadium right here. I don't know if you can see it. And where I used to live, it was here, 825 Year Avenue. It was close to the Yankee Stadium. We have like three parks around the area, one, two, three, and we have the courthouse, and we have the U.S. Social Security Administrations. We have a lot of things close
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah. Okay. And so that brings us to where we are now, Miguel. When you think about your time here in the States as a college student and you look to the future, are we staying in the United States? Are we going to go back to the Dominican Republic? What do you think the future holds for you?
So I would like to stay in the United States because I really like here, and I feel like since I came in at the early age, I mostly growing up here, and I make a lot of people that make me feel comfortable here. And I feel like even though this is not my home country, I feel welcomed and comfortable living here.
Cool. And what is the future for Miguel like? What is your career aspiration? What are you hoping to do?
Okay, my career aspirations are I would like to graduate from my associate degree and go to either Lehman or Hunter College to get a bachelor degree on psychology, then move on to a master degree on counseling. I would like to be a guidance counselor at the high school level, and after that, I don't know if I will get a PhD
Wow.
on counseling.
I love it. I love it. I love to hear that story. That's the good stuff right there. Let's do some trick questions. Miguel, do you think in English or in Spanish?
That's a good question. I would say both. Sometimes I think English and Spanish, but mostly in Spanish because it's my first language.
Okay. What's the most beautiful word you know in Spanish?
In Spanish, more beautiful word. Hermandad.
Hermandad. Good. And that translates into brotherhood
Yeah.
or sisterhood, depending on which group of folks that you're talking about. Very cool. What's your happiest memory outside of playing those children's games? What would you say is the memory that first comes into your mind when you think about the DR?
I would say my favorite memory is being in the house with my grandmother and my cousins that I have there. I remember at because the lunch in the Dominican Republic is at 12 p.m. And I right now I'm thinking about sitting in the table with my grandmother and my cousins, having lunch and just playing around at the table.
Very cool. Bochinchando.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
dancing around.
if we were gonna make a recommendation, right? So we let's take Bani out of the consideration because that is your home and you obviously would probably pick that first. But if someone has never been to Dominican Republic and they said to you, Miguel, I want to go to the DR, where should I go? What would you tell them?
Should I speak about the most popular part, like Punta Cana, because everybody knows those places? But I will say, if you want to really get to know the Dominican Republic as well, you should go to the capital and go to the barrios, like go to the I don't how you say barrios in English.
The neighborhoods.
Yeah, go to the neighborhood if you want to really know how people live there and get to know the community and the culture. You should go to those places.
Okay.
Now, those attractive places, Punta Cana, La Romana,
Puerto Plata,
Puerto
the tourist
Plata.
traps. Yes, very very cool.
Those
One
are
thing
beautiful places. Good.
one thing I do know about Dominican Republic that not many people consider is that the first university in the western half of the world
Yeah, that one.
was created in the Dominican Republic. So the first college ever exists, and I forget the name of it. It has a really elegant,
La
regal.
UAS,
La qué?
La UAS. I don't know what that stand for, but it's called La UAS. It basically was inspired. Eugenio Maria de Hostos was the one, what was one of the people that helped to establish this institution in the Dominican Republic. And Eugenio Maria de Hostos is a Puerto Rican leader that helps a lot of Latin countries.
Yeah, and we have a CUNY school named after him up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And you can actually visit it. I'm actually trying to type it into the Autonomous University of Santo Domingo.
Yeah.
is what it's called. It's the oldest institution of higher education in the New World, founded in 1538. Uh,
1538.
1538. So there you go. La Universidad Autónoma de la República Dominicana en Santo Domingo. Which just saying that sounds awesome. Um, would you consider yourself bilingual or trilingual?
Will say bilingual because I only speak two languages, but I can say some word in French, Arabic, and other languages. A few words.
Oh, okay. You're a Renaissance man. Excuse me. Excuse me. I say trilingual, English, Spanish, and Spanglish. Porque sometimes you have to start in English y terminar en español so that the people understand de lo que tú que estás hablando, right? So that's
Yeah, that's
Spanglish right there for the people. So we're coming up on the end of the show. Miguel, what message would you like to leave for the audience, to the people that joined us here in the chat today? So, Coral, Latoya, Luz, Lisbeth, uh, Joanna, Jeraine, Carolee, who was with us for a little bit. And for the people that are going to watch this show when we put it up on our Gutman YouTube channel, what message would you like to leave them with?
so. I will first thank everybody was here, who is here present, and I will tell them that keep in touch with the SGA life at government and like if I would also say that if you really want to do something for yourself. Do you? You gotta be you and do you. Meaning that if you like to travel, travel. If you like to eat, eat.
Yeah, yeah, wise words. So Miguel, muchas gracias. Thank you for taking this time with us this afternoon to uh, take us on a little journey. When you were talking about the DR, I've been lucky and fortunate to have visited Dominican Republic at least 6 times in my life. But sadly, most of those times have been to Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, La Romana. So I need to find a way to get off of the resorts and into. But I did make it to Samana. I did make it to Saona
I
Island.
like someone.
My beautiful memory of Dominican Republic was we went out on a boat to Sauna Island, but we stopped in the middle of the ocean and they got everybody off the boat. And I was like, what? In the middle of the ocean? Pero it was very low tide, so you could stand. The water was basically up to your chest, and then we got to take pictures with the starfish and see some fish, and then we ended up at Sauna Island for a barbecue. Um, but it is a beautiful island. Uh, Certainly a historical place. Many wonderful stories in the Dominican Republic, but also a lot of tragic world history. If you read the stories of the what is it called, the Butterfly Sisters, las hermanas,
Las Mariposas, yeah.
las
The
mariposas,
sisters.
the Butterfly Sisters, which is a great book that tells about life under the Trujillo regime, and some of the things that were happening in the Dominican Republic. And then Juno Diaz, some people feel a certain kind of way about him, uh, but some of his work definitely honors the life of people on the island, and then the transition that a lot of them face in coming to the United States. Um, and in a time of voting, right? Because we're talking about that. One of the most known Dominican representatives is Espaillat. I believe his name is Alejandro Espaillat, who has represented Dominicans up in the Washington Heights
Yeah.
area of New York. And so Dominican folks are making moves. they're doing the work. They're coming here and putting in the effort to create something for themselves, whether it's, here, like you, or to do the stuff here to then go back home and live the kind of life that they're hoping to have on the island. Either way, it's a great story, one that a lot of people can touch and feel connected to. And so we thank you for sharing it, Miguel. Um, and to copy Miguel's point, please stay in touch with your SGA. This week, we're going to be putting out their office hours so that you have an opportunity to connect with them uh, through the Zoom medium and spend some time getting to know them personally and find out more about your college, find out more about your peers, and hopefully find out a little bit more about yourself. So, on behalf of everyone in the Office of Student Leadership and Campus Life, on behalf of the Student Government Association, uh, and on behalf of Latinos and Hispanic folks worldwide, as we celebrate El Mes de la Herencia Latina, we thank you, Miguel. You're awesome. You're a good dude. I'm happy that you're part of the SGA, and I can't wait to see you
Thank
do some
you.
more outstanding work. Thank you very much, everybody, and you have yourselves an awesome rest of the week. Oh, and don't forget, Noche Latina this Thursday at 8
Yep.
o'clock. We're going to have music Latina, some of that bachata, some of that merengue, típico, salsa, cumbia, plena, bomba, reggaeton, because you got to have
Yes.
some Bad Bunny in there, I guess.
Yep. Some Ozuna, some Bad Bunny.
All of the names that I don't know how to pronounce, we're gonna have them present, and maybe even a little Cardi B. Uh,
Mm.
Pero we'll see you Thursday night. Please look at the government website for the link. We'll put it up there for you. And then we're gonna hang out and dance on Thursday night, 8 to 10, on the government channel. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you later this week. Peace.